So there we have it, the end of Days Gone, and I don't know how this is going to go. This might just never see the light of day. I don't know if I'm going to upload this, but I just want to speak for just a couple of minutes of how I felt about it. Honestly, the game was far from perfect. I proper misread cam there. Jesus Christ, Tom. I looked at the word cam too quickly. I thought, geez, that's incredibly offensive. Right at the end of the stream as well, you're going to call me that? But yeah, big face cam. And face can, yeah, that's what I thought it said. So this might go on YouTube, it might not. It's just going to be, it's not a review, not a review at all. I don't have it in me. I can't formulate opinions well enough. I can't criticise well enough to do a review. But it is just going to be my feelings about it, relatively fresh, which also might be a bad thing. I think really you should maybe stew on things a few days before you sort of make some concrete statements about them. But regardless, we're going to do it. I wholeheartedly enjoyed this game. I thought it was pretty damn brilliant. And I've mentioned it a few times throughout the stream, but it released with far too many bugs. 100%. I'm not putting that past the game at all. But like I paid what? I think I paid about 45 quid for this, something like that, and we had it crash about 3 times, which might not sound a lot in sort of a 40-hour escapade or something like that. We had a tremendous amount of bugs, ranging from sort of character models flinging off everywhere. We had the gun that wouldn't fire. That was a really annoying one. We had loads of textures not loading in. We had whole areas not loading in. It'd just be flat land, no trees and stuff like that. But despite all of that, I really enjoyed the core sort of gameplay of this game. The rotation of going out, killing hordes, collecting materials, killing like bandits and stuff like that. The Rippers, although they were incredibly far-fetched, they were super disturbing, and I quite enjoyed hunting them down. I find, oh, Days Gone like a 7.5. Yeah, I mean, like it could have been so much more. Like it had a lot to live up to when it comes to PlayStation exclusives like Uncharted, and Persona 5. I know Persona 5 is a totally different ball game and stuff like that. Had a lot to live up to, and it dropped the ball big time. I'm interested to see how people will look back on this game in years to come. I think if we don't ever get a sequel to this, I'll be pretty gutted. I quite liked. It was strange at first having all the different storylines. There must have been upwards of 15, 20, all running parallel to each other. But I thought it was quite an interesting way to tell your story in the end. It's quite satisfying, making progress on some and why others sort of crept up and stuff like that. Game, I see a huge criticism I see of the game is that it don't really get going to about 30 hours in. Now I imagine that's when they mean when you finally find Sarah at the end. And I can sort of agree with that, although I did really learn to love Boozer, and I quite enjoyed the time when he was at Iron Mike's. I didn't quite like the start of the game. I found when Boozer was suffering from blood poison to be quite crappy. I didn't enjoy that. I found that part a bit of a slug. But I did really learn to like Deacon. Thought he was pretty great, to be honest, in the end. It did start off as unlikable, but I suppose he was written that way. He was selfish, didn't care about anything, didn't care about himself. And he did sort of grow as a person, definitely. I thought he was written quite well. And voice acted incredibly well. I like his character design, like he's sort of just the general cutscenes in this game I thought were fairly good. Yeah, exactly. I agree, Tom. Some of the bugs provided moments of hilarity. Whether you would find that if you're playing it on your own in your bedroom or something, I don't know. You probably would. But to share, that's an interesting dynamic. Like how good are these bugs when you're sitting there with a group of people watching together as opposed to on your own? They might just be an annoyance then, I don't know. Yeah, and that's true, Ziggy. It does fall into the cesspool of zombie games. Zombie games are a dime a dozen. I think maybe stuff like the bike was great. The bike to me was like a character on its own. Upgrading that thing was amazing. And it felt really good. It did feel great to drive. It's just, unfortunately, the frame rate was terrible. Especially as I think Sebastian linked it to your faster engine, raising your top speed. So obviously you're moving faster through the world. The game's got a load more in, quicker. And yeah, the frame rate was really, really bad at times. I did manage to look past it all though. Personally, I might have maybe favoured a bleaker ending. Imagine going through the whole game and Sarah dying right at the end. That could have been cool. Hated Schizo. Don't know if the Colonel was a worthy last enemy. I don't know. But I did like that. I know Tom didn't like it, but I did like the way he died with the poison in the tea. That's cool. But yeah, I'm with you, Ziggy. I think it would be sadly gone and forgotten. But that secret, Ziggy, did you see the secret cutscene at the end? I don't know what the hell it means, but it got me hyped. They put it on a platform to move it forward. But I don't know. Yeah, I think some parts of this game shine wonderfully. Mainly the bike, the main character, certain parts of the narrative, and I like the hordes. I think the hordes are interesting, fighting all these huge masses of enemies at once. I've never quite done that before like this in a game. But at the same time, it drops the ball in so many places that it's going to be too much for a lot of people to look past, I think, or look back on fondly. I do, if you are into open world games and if you can suffer another zombie game as well, I think you should definitely check this out. And hats off to Bend Studios, who, as I'm aware, or as I believe, are quite a tiny studio. Pulling off a game like this is never going to be easy, it's never going to be flawless. But there we go, what can you do? I enjoyed it, do not regret playing it in the slightest, happy to have it on my list of games completed, and I hope we see more of it. But we're going to leave it there, folks. That's our Friday night stream done.